Today, we talk about.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously you did the whole segment on the top six, ugly six. But yeah, how long have you been into sneakers? Because you are relatively older than most people I meet that are like super into it.
I was born in 1981, and I first became aware of Air Jordans probably around 1990.
Okay.
And my first pair of Jordans were the Carmine 6s.
Oh, okay.
And that is a really dope sneaker to me. And I don't like when they retroed them, that they made them in nubuck, because I think mine were leather. I don't know. Like, you know, because it's like, you know how like your memory can be a little foggy about stuff, but like
also at that size, maybe that size run wasn't made with the same material.
Yeah, I just remember they were like scratched up in a way that the nubuck, it was like totally a leather construction. I just, or who knows? But I love Carmine 6s. A weird thing about me is that I love the shoe so much, and I know it looks whack on me. Because, like, something about my skin tone, like, the clothes I wear, like, that shoe looks like a clown shoe on my feet. I don't know, maybe you'll, like, superimpose a picture of the Carmine 6 so people know what we're talking about. It's a red and white clown sneaker that Michael Jordan used to dunk on people while wearing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was.
I mean, it's a great colorway. I do like it a lot. I'm more partial to the infrared 6 personally.
Yeah.
But
no, I have the infrared 6.
Yeah.
I have the black. I had the white too. I sold them.
Okay.
Another big hit for sneaker culture for me growing up was I noticed that Jerry Seinfeld is wearing sport blue 6s in Seinfeld.
Okay.
And that was so cool to me. And also, there's an old picture of Larry David on the set of Seinfeld wearing the maroon 6s.
I saw those. Yeah.
Oh my god, dude! Like I was like, oh shit! Like I could wear Air Jordans and write stand-up comedy and be on a TV show. Like, yeah, I want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like seeing that as like, well, like Jerry wears Air Jordans, so I can.
Was Will Smith and
the 5s, the grapes?
Well, not even just the 5s, but yeah, everything he was wearing, was that a factor at all? Were you watching that?
Yeah. Thank you for reminding me of that, because around 1990, I had a babysitter who we weren't allowed to watch the Fresh Prince. My mom wouldn't let us watch wrestling. She didn't want us watching Fresh Prince either. But it was weird because we all watched Cosby Show as a family. Because I think my mom grew up with Bill Cosby in her life. You know, he was like he's been doing movies and TV for so long before all that. So she knew about him, but she wouldn't let us watch the Fresh Prince. And I had a babysitter that would. She had her boyfriend come over one night, and they were like, we're watching Fresh Prince. And I was like, what the fuck is this? He's rapping too? I can rap? I really took a lot of license. If I saw someone do something on TV, I was like, I'm doing it too. And Fresh Prince was a huge, oh my God, like his style, incredible. Like I love wearing basketball shoes with jeans, with shorts. Like I look like, his style in that show is so fire. I love it, and it's so insane too. Like no one dresses like that, but like now people do. Yeah,
I think we're getting back to that. I'm feeling a lot of '90s vibes returning hard.
Lately, I wonder if we're going overboard, and like I feel like kind of like there's so much over. Like I love going to vintage stores and buying like Patagonia. I'm wearing Polo Sport shorts right now, like Patagonia fleeces. You know, like sometimes I think that the retro stuff gets really big when we don't know where to go from here. So I feel like we keep doubling down on the 90s because we're like, well, the 90s were dope.
Yeah.
They're always going to be dope in our minds.
Yeah.
So I just wonder when we're going to burn out on it.
Well, I think it's,
and move on.
Well, whatever's cool with the kids now, as soon as they're like of our age-ish, they're going to retro their kind of stuff. So I think it's just like a constant cycle. But I don't know what's next. Probably it'll just shift back to minimalism because we'll have the ebbs and flows of the shit. But
and isn't it crazy though that 12-year-old kids are wearing Air Jordan 6s and 5s in colorways that never existed.
Right,
so to them, the teal and pink colorways of these shoes are the fucking OGs.
Yep.
Isn't that wild?
It's wild.
You know what I mean?
And here's my issue with that, which I think Nike's. I've mentioned this before, but Nike's doing a much better job of this. But I don't understand why they wouldn't just like, okay, you want to put out new colorways, cool. But why is it they put out these freaky colorways that I know I'm not
the
super
market
impressed with, but
you're not the guy.
Even the market though, like they still constantly go on sale sometimes.
Yeah,
and I'm just
they're flooding the market.
Yeah, and but then with the actual OG colorways, the ones that everyone wants, the kids, us, everybody, they'll limit those. I'm like, dude, just fucking put out the OG colorways in the mass production because those always sell. Surprise, you know.
So I used to feel exactly like you on this topic. I was like, dude, just make the shoes I want. I'll buy them every time. If they made an OG of every colorway 1 through 14 of the Air Jordan, every OG colorway I would probably want to get. So just make them. But I've come to the realization that Nike's a pretty big company and they probably know what they're doing. And by making it a little harder to get it, you're like, oh, I couldn't get the black 5s this time around. Next time, you know, like they always keep you wanting more.
Right.
You'll never be able to get every shoe.
I agree with that, but I think that, you know, obviously there's a method to the madness, of course. But all I'm saying is like when they decide to like limit them just unnecessarily, because again, they still sell out. Like the Concord
they would
11
sell out if
sold
they made 500,000 or 5 million.
Yeah, exactly.
They would sell out.
So like the Jordan 3 black cements, I missed out on them, but luckily they made enough of them where the resale was like maybe $20, $50.
That's
over.
pretty.
Fine.
That was nice of them.
That's fine. Yeah.
Kind of them.
But then I'm saying on the flip side with these crazy teal like wild new colorways, why don't you limit those?
Yeah,
you know, because it's like
true.
Because it's these ass colorways that are going to go to outlets if you general release them. So why don't you? Because you know, there's like that subsect of hypebeasts who just buy it because it's limited.
Yes.
Or just because like everyone's talking about it because it's limited. Like, fine, you guys have that. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Wear the ugly ass colors because they don't even like wear them for that long. They take the picture with them, then they resell them.
I know.
Or they
hate those guys.
Yeah. Or they'll just like wear it for a little bit, then they realize they don't like it and they move on. Even if
Yeah.
it's an OG colorway that was limited. So I'm just like, dude, you're not even really in it for the shoe.
Yeah.
Let alone the colorway. You're just in it for what it brings as far as like a limited product. So limit the products on the ass, ridiculous looking stuff. You know,
I think that they're doing it that way because, so the limited OG shit sells out real quick, but then the mass produced wacky zany new colorway, the people. The parents will buy them for their kids.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, oh well, it's on sale. Instead of being $160, it's on sale for $89.99.
Right.
And so even selling them at $89.99, they still make a shit ton of money on it. It's like you think you're getting a deal, but Nike's still getting you for $90. Right.
Yeah, and
you know
sometimes I have to remind myself like, I'm in this deep. Like, I'm like super nerded out about it. So I actually give a shit about OG colorways and this little detail and that. But then I forget, like, some people are just walking into the shoe store and just grabbing something. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I was hoping we'd get to talk about, like, the type of sneakerheads we are. I'm the type, there's this big thing in sneaker culture and streetwear culture of price point. And it really bothers me because... I think a lot of people are trying to stunt on Instagram or, you know, they want to wear like the Stone Island and the Supreme and the Kith and the John Elliott, whatever, like name a brand. But like I call it sweatpants for billionaires. You know what I'm saying? And like most people, what are they?
These are John Elliott.
Fuck yeah, dude. Respect.
It's the only joggers I wear, like John Elliott.
Honestly, dude, I think everyone out there is looking like Ali G. Like it's getting out of fucking control. And he was a parody, you know. He was making fun of something. So like we're all out here being like, "Yo, Ali G is a style icon." It's like, no, that's a character. And you know, like I'm getting ahead of myself. I like to go into Kith. I like to look at sneakers. I like to put them in my hands. I like to touch them. I like to feel them. I've been going to Kith once a week for fucking 7 years. I have one pair of sneakers I got from Kith, and my girlfriend got me them. It's a pair of New Balances. They're low key. They're cool, whatever. But I don't feel comfortable buying from Kith because is Kith a sponsor?
Yeah, I'm nowhere on Kith's radar.
Dude, it's just so elitist. There's nothing against the employees. The employees are actually pretty nice people, but there's a little bit of an air of like, oh, you don't even know what this is. You know, like you can't even have this. Oh, you see that hoodie? Yeah, it's a nice hoodie. It's $695. That's like, fuck you.
So why'd you keep going back?
Because I told you I've got so much hate. I got so much hate.
So
oh my God, I do. I really do, man.
It's like the people that bitch about Supreme all the time, but they just find themselves in that line. Every week I'm just like, what are you doing to yourself?
Yeah, I just think that. So what do I do with this hate? I like to go to the Nike outlet. I came in here in a pair of what are they, Zoom Flies? I keep forgetting the name of it. I have a pair of Zoom Flies I got for $50, and they're comfortable, and they're 50, and they're pretty cool, and I'm happy with it. I'm just happy with it. As I get older, I'm realizing I need sneakers that are comfortable. It's a sad day, bro. It's a sad day. Like, I'm looking into Mephistos, those Air Monarchs that I shitted on. I'm like, hey, man, those are pretty comfortable. Like, I got a pair of New Balances I got at Century 21, which is another plug, a great place to look for stuff. They got stuff all the time. I got a pair of New Balances there for work, and I was like, I'm only going to wear these to work in.
Century 21 or Forever 21? Is it Century 21 the real estate company?
There is one called Century 21
right.
Real Estate, but it's also a mall. It's like a shopping mall.
Okay,
it's like
I didn't know this.
It's like a multi-tier. It's like Macy's, but they
Gotcha.
have like it's actually more like Marshalls because they sell stuff
Gotcha.
that already had a retail and
Got it,
now
got
it's
it.
for less.
Got it.
So I got my AirTech Challenge 2s there.
Gotcha.
For like $50.
Nice.
So you know what I mean? Like in my mind when I see a dope shoe, I'm like I think of a price in my mind that I would pay for it, and if the price is over that, I'm like nah, I won't do it. But it just bothers me when shoes are like, they're unattainable. Ideally, I would want to get every single shoe, like every shoe that I picked out on your wall, I want all those. But I'm not going to spend the $12,000 it would take me to get them.
Yeah, I had a mental block at first where I'm like, I'm not paying over retail for blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah, blah,
yeah.
blah. But then I quickly realized, like, well, I guess you're not going to have any shoes then.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
like, you're just not going to get them.
Yeah.
So
I
I've
break
never
my
won
own
a
rule.
raffle. I've never... you know.
Yeah, it's hard, man. I mean, there's so much that goes into this culture. Listen, these companies are not making enough sneakers for their niche. They're like collabs. They're designed like so. Like within the sneaker community, we think we're everything. But in terms of the bigger buying of sneakers community at large, like you said, the Air Monarch is like the best seller, which is crazy to me. But that means that like Middle America is buying the shoe.
Yep.
In the world of us that are buying the Mars yards, like. The sneaker cult community, we all want it, but like we're a small subsect.
super
You know what I'm
small.
saying, right?
Super small. Yeah.
So, listen.
Let alone the ones of us that know about it but are actually trying to wear it, because then there's like the flood of just resellers who are like, holy shit, I could just flip this real quick
Yeah.
for cash. That's just looked at as like a dollar sign.
Yeah, the sneaker culture got to a point where people that want to make a buck realized there was a market.
Yeah.
Because I'm insane, and I actually, if there's a shoe I love, I will pay for it. Like I broke my own rule. I bought Prestos for $700 on eBay, and I just found out today they were fake. Thanks to you. If you wanted to do the right thing, man, you'd sell me your OG Prestos just to make me whole. Make me whole, bro.
I would, except they're going for like $2,000.
No, I know, they're incredible. But yours are beaters. I'll give you $500. So, yeah, it's just, I wish we could, I came up with a concept a couple years ago. It was that when a shoe comes out, if you are willing to wear them out of the store, you can you can get them. Like, you know what I mean? Anyone that wants to buy them in your size, put them on your feet, and walk out of the store, increase them and devalue them right there on the spot, you can have whatever shoe it is. And I think that's a fair thing, because then you're making sure the people that want the shoes have the shoes,
right.
and not the people that are going to make $1,000 on
Yeah.
them.
The only drawback to that program, because I was on the same page with you when I first started finding out that was a thing, but then the drawback is like, I know when I get a nice pair of shoes, sometimes I just want to like play with them and hold them next to me on the sofa,
Right.
and I don't want to have them
No,
touch the
no.
ground
Of
until
course
I'm
not.
ready to wear them, maybe for a special occasion. Maybe
Well, yeah. Well, listen. You walk around the corner and then you put them back in the box. But like the idea being that like they're gonna have touched the earth.
Yeah.
You know, because then you can't say they're dead stock. You know, and I get it. You're a special case. But for me, like, dude, I'll duck walk out of the store. You know, just to keep.
I mean, if that was the only way I could get it for retail, I would wear
Yeah.
it out of the store. But I'm saying for the general thing of it, where I know the feeling of like getting it. But I mean, part of that for me is probably because I paid so much fucking money for it.
Yeah.
That now I feel obligated to not wear it right away. It's one of those things.
But that's what
until
I
I'm, like,
mean
ready to
about the
wear it.
retail.
Yeah.
Like if the Prestos came out, let's say they re-released Virgil's to the 10. But you had to go to the Nike store. You had to go to 21 Mercer. You had to go to the other, and you could go to Foot Locker and get it. Fuck
Yeah.
it. But like the only way to get the shoe would be that you had to wear it out of the store.
Yeah, I would definitely do that.
dude.
100%.
And it would, and how much goodwill would Nike get? I mean, it would probably cause riots. There would be there would totally be riots.
Well, I think the way to do it right would be to do online raffles. But if you win the raffle, you pick the store.
Okay.
You go there, and then you have to wear it out.
yeah.
I could see that being a thing.
Yeah, man. I just once sneaker purchasing stopped because I camped out for the infrared 6s. It was like 4 years ago or something, 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I camped out for them, And it was the last time that was even an option, because shoes, they stopped doing that for sneakers.
Right.
It was like, you can't come to the store and buy the shoe anymore. And once everything became digital and there was an app and there was like a window and there was like the sneaker, what was that, the sneaker pass thing,
Yep.
like all these little things, and there was like the Yeezy, there was like, I don't understand how to buy sneakers anymore. And maybe it's the world telling me, you're 38, dude, you don't need the newest hype shit anymore. I don't know, man. You ever feel like there'll come a day when you're done?
I feel like there probably will be. I mean, I could see it, but then again, I'm seeing these older heads that are still doing it.
Yeah.
You know? But I
yeah.
guess they're doing it different. Like, they start
Yeah.
only buying for comfort, or they realize, you know what, I'm an Air Force guy. I'm only buying Air Force, or something. But for me, being such a nerd of sneakers in general, like for me, I feel like the collection's going to keep going anytime something innovative comes out. So I feel like I've almost caught up with like old stuff that are iconic.
Yeah.
One of every 1 through 14 Jordan, the classic Air Max type models and whatever. But moving forward, the only things I'm going to buy that are new are going to be things like the Adapt BB's first laceless basketball sneaker. Then something else is going to come out, the first completely see-through sneaker, or anytime something new, first of its kind of shoe comes out, then I'll catch up. But I feel like luckily we're not seeing too much of that too often.
What about a signature athlete like Giannis is about to drop a new shoe?
Luckily I'm not a huge Giannis, Paul
Kyrie,
George, or
no
Kyrie
Kyries,
fan,
right?
so luckily I could skip all those. But big Kobe fan, LeBron.
Yeah.
So LeBron had got a few more signature shoes coming before he
Yeah.
retires, so I'm gonna have to get those. But I'm done with the Kobe's. And then
what was it? Was it the Prelude pack? No. What was it? What was the one when he was retiring and they came out with one?
Oh, Fade to Black.
There was one. I think it was like the Kobe 6 with like the shark swimming on it. 6 or 7. There was a few different colors that were just like, dude, man, Kobe.
Well, the 7s, they did a bunch of different like beasts and animals, like a shark, a bear, I want to say.
There's
tiger,
one.
maybe.
There's one of those, dude. It's just like a really cool, like a mural with like a shark swimming on it, and there's like purples and blues on it.
I think that was the 7, unless it was the Prelude.
And was that in the Prelude or no?
It might have been. I didn't get that one. The only thing I got from the Prelude pack was the Kobe 2, because it looked like a beautiful marble stone.
I saw.
Yeah.
Now the Protros are coming out now. Kobe's releasing some Protros.
Don't care.
Yeah, I like the ones, the undefeated ones.
And not the undefeated ones,
those are
but
cool.
the 81 points I got because I got the impression that he's not gonna ever retro the original.
Those
retro.
are the ones that says 8-1 on the back, like the shot clock on the back, and is that the one?
No, I don't think it did. Maybe the original release back when they originally came out, maybe those did, but I don't think these are. These are just original construction to that, except they're just a Protro update. But external look of it is exactly
the white
shoe
and purple?
the white shoes he was wearing for the 81-point game.
Okay.
So that's the only, and I wasn't able to. They didn't release a pair. Outside of, I think they released like 81 pairs of his size 14 or whatever around that event at that time.
Yeah.
But as far as like a general release in my size that I could wear, that only came out now, but in a Protro form. So I got the impression like it's never going to come back again, even years down the line, in a regular form like a true to retro form. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just get this Protro, but I haven't messed with any of the Protros. The undefeated one looks nice, but
sometimes I get really deep into looking for dunks. I buy dunks here and there on eBay.
Okay.
And every once in a while, like I look at 50 pages of dunks on eBay, and like this is in the middle of the night, like my hands get sore. Sometimes I get tired and I drop the phone on my face. My eyes just go.
I've been there.
They get bug-eyed and stuff, and my girlfriend wakes up and she's like, "What the fuck are you doing? It's 7 a.m." And
dude, it's easy to do that with dunks because they made so many great individualized colorways, and cool little stories that really can hit you, just like the Discover card.
Yeah.
Just like, wow, this dunk really speaks
That's
to me.
a good
man.
point.
I
like
gotta
that.
have that.
Like these UNLV dunk highs, I love those. Those are really cool. They're actually a little more expensive than the other ones, but it feels fun to like just drop like $70 on a pair of like dunks. They're not special in any way, but like they're comfortable. They're $80. It's a throwaway purchase. It's, you know what I mean? It's like, dude, man, I'm gonna go dead broke fucking collecting $80 sneakers. I just know it.